What's going on, guys and girls? Welcome to the end of week recap. So just a quick video on a Friday evening after market close, just to run back through the week's price action and really just give a quick overview of the opportunities we've had, obviously trading the power of two. It's been a really busy week, plenty of opportunity. I think we've had a record number of people funded in a single week. I think over 35 of our students this week have received funding, which is phenomenal. When we think of it, it's insane the amount of students now which are really putting this strategy through its paces, reaping the rewards from it. And the main objective for us is to see all of you guys with funded accounts and really beginning to extract money from the markets. And obviously we all know the more capital you have, the more that these 1 to 3 trades that we target are going to impact you. So it really is incredible to see that over 35 people this week gain funding. And we can do, it's only going one way. There's going to be more and more of you guys gathering funding. If you're not funded yet, don't sweat it. There's plenty of opportunity. You really need to knuckle down and just go through the process of learning the strategy, dig into the content, ask questions, and before you know it, you'll be trading this subconsciously, as it's not the most difficult strategy. There's a few nuances to it, which once you understand those, you really can trade this strategy as second nature. So we're going to start off over here on EU. And EU this week consisted of 2 winners and 2 losses. So if I just flick out to the 4 hour just to cover these initial trades, as the scenario was different then. So at that point we were NFT on this high here, we NFT on that fractal high there, looking for sells, in which we got 2 of. So I'll just drop down onto the 15 minute. And the beauty of this strategy as well is once we can find a sales range bound for some time, which means every time a setup presents itself, we're able to take advantage. So this was one directional bias change, which gave us 2 winning trades, both sells, both NFT to the downside, these 2 sells in premium. And the first trade being Monday morning, Monday London session. Nice sweep of this high, just mark this on with the line. Lovely little sweep, entry, around an 8 pip stop, plenty to cover the high. Hit TP nicely. Same goes with the trade on Tuesday London session. Lovely little sweep of this high. This is an extended sweep entry. So obviously this candle here swept the highs. We then move higher with this candle. So we adjust our entry to here. And then once we move higher again, we're still not tagged in. We're able to move our entry to this candle. Plenty of room, pip on top of that or so. Make sure you're covering the highs. And that trade was able to hit TP as well. So really nice couple of sells there on EU to get the week started Monday, Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday now. So we're still in the same directional bias. So just flip back out to the 4 hour so you can see that nothing really changed in these first 3 trades. So just ignoring that for now. But we were still NFT to the downside here. This being a dealing range. So we know the whole time we're in premium, we can be selling this. So we know that we're still sat well in premium here for this third trade on Wednesday, which did result in a loss, but you can't win them all. So that was this entry here, around a 6 pip stop. Swept this high, mark that on for you guys to see. I know a lot of you took this one. And again, tagged in, tagged out for a loss. You can't win them all. We've just banked 6% here, -1 on this trade. And then by now, I'll just flick out again to the 4 hour because the directional bias changed for this 4th trade. So here we had follow through to the upside. So this was obviously follow through on this fractal. This becomes our low. And this was a counter trend follow through position. Sweep of this high, mark it in with the line for you guys to see the sweep. Nice and simple, tagged in and tagged out for a 1% loss. So 4 trades, net 4% profit on EU for the week so far. And obviously that's how it will remain. Markets are now closed or due to be closing. And moving on to GU. So GU has been confined between the same SFT range that we traded all of last week in as well. So still SFT on this high, still trading between this fractal low and this fractal high. And we're able to take advantage or find opportunities between this range. So when we're range bound, we're actually able to find quite a lot of opportunity because we can just play this between premium and discount, and obviously SFT. We can take continuations in premium, we can take longs in discount as normal FT if it works its way down there, and we can also take counter trend positions as well. So dropping down to the 15 minute, I know this was a trade that got a lot of people funded on Wednesday. So lovely little position here. Sweep of the low, entry there around a 20 pip stop, hit target for 3%. Moving into Thursday, London session, there was this news candle was really volatile. So depending on what you guys did, yeah, if you exited before the news, or if you held through, personal preference, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Either way, if you'd have closed early, you'd have still made nice profit. If you held through it, it did hit TP before it hit stop loss, even though this 15-minute candle whipsawed both TP and stop loss. So it's one of those positions where I know a few got slipped in a positive way, but you can also be slipped in a negative way as well. So really do trade with caution when you know there's sort of restricted red folder news. So yeah, depending on what you took there, again, very valid trade. News pushed it in its favour. So nice 2 little winners there. Moving into Thursday, New York session. Sorry, this one was a loss. So sweep of the low here, buy position on, and this one was a bit of a died a painful death. Just trickling out for a 1% loss. Moving into early today, London session. This is a range, sweep of the low here, entry on, well, that you would have had an entry like this set if you trade that big of a stop. Personally, it was a bit of a large stop for me to be looking at. So I was waiting for the extended sweep. Stop just below, around 17 pips. And this was a 1% loss. And then moving into New York session today, same scenario. Entry that swept. Did have the order sat there. Extended sweep entry, moved it down to this candle. Around a 14 pip stop. And again, a 1% loss. So net here, 2 winners, 3 losses. Depending on what you took on this one. There is 3, 6, minus 3, so net 3% on GU, net 4% on EU, so there's 7% available so far for the 2 pairs before we move on to the beast, which is dollar Swiss. You guys are really enjoying dollar Swiss at the minute, and I can understand why. It really is fruitful. We're really loving it as well. So just to put some perspective on the directional bias and the dealing range. So we are NFT on this low, looking for buys in discount or counter trend sells in premium. Stuck between this fractal high, this fractal low, that's our dealing range. So let's flip down to the 50-minute, and we had a hell of a lot of opportunity this week on dollar Swiss. So Monday, London session, nice little extended sweep entry here. That's the original entry, the original candle which swept. However, we moved lower, so we're able to move our entry candle down to here. Hit TP very, very quickly for a nice 3-1. Moving into Tuesday, London session. Again, nice little sweep on this one. This is actually the standard entry where the candle that swept, we leave our entry there. No extended sweep here. Again, hitting TP very nicely. Lovely way to start the week. And then a counter trend NFT sell on Wednesday, London session. Very, very slight sweep on this high. Little 8 pip stop, looking to play this back into discount. However, it didn't quite work out. Got down near, around 2.6% profit. I know some of you target 1 to 2s on your counter trend plays, but for me this was a 1% loss. But able to get back in the afternoon session with a sweep here of this fractal high, and that one nicely hit TP. And again, not a trade for me this one, but I know some of you did take it, and it took its sweet time to play out, but we got there in the end. So yeah, a lovely little entry here, which was a sweep on this low here. Nice sweep, bit of a large stop loss, especially if you were going to be covering the, I think for those of you which were in it, we're covering this 4-hour low here. Or it's always wise to. I mean, you could get a bit tighter at 20, 23, 24 pips, but it's probably worthwhile covering that low. And if you were to cover the low, you still hit your 3 to 1 profit target. So a really, really fruitful week on dollar Swiss. So 3, 6, 9, 12, minus the 1% loss there. So 11% available there on dollar Swiss, 3% available on GU, and 4% available on EU. So there really, really is no surprise when we see the amount of traders we are seeing funded right now. Of course, we know the strike rate is so high. That's why you guys are able to risk a full 1% of your capital. You're able to trade with ease. You're able to trade with calmness, and you're able to go about your daily duties, whatever you may be doing, working, spending time with your family, and you're able to make the most of these incredible moves that we're seeing. But yeah, hope you all have a great weekend. Just wanted to recap the week's price actions. There has been a lot, and any questions, hit me in Discord. Have a great weekend.